welcome back to the best fucking podcast in the world. I'm Lloyd.
I'm JD.
And we have a new band guest today.
Darrin Lane.
Darrin Lane is the band name, right?
Yes.
Or is that your
correct.
name as well?
That's my name.
It's his name as well. See,
There you
cool.
go.
And
I'm Matt. I'm just the manager.
he's just the manager. I like how, I don't know, he sold himself there.
Yeah.
It was nice.
I just keep the ship running.
Not
you know?
boastful. He was
No,
just like,
no.
I'm just the manager. I just do my job.
Yeah.
So tell me about your band.
We're a country-ish, rock-ish band,
Country-ish, rockish.
and we're kind of up and coming. But we like to entertain crowds, and we like to put on a good show, no matter whether it's 3 people or 100 people.
So obviously the rest of the band's like, how many band members?
There's
altogether?
2 more.
2 more band
We have
members.
Mark Steiger on bass,
Okay.
and we have Mark Callis on drums.
Both named Mark. they're brothers.
Yes, it gets very confusing.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yes.
Mark and Mark. Marky Mark.
So you just call him by the last name, or is it like Mark 1, Mark 2, or?
We call Mark Steiger the Horseman because that's his nickname.
The Horseman. That's
Yeah.
a cool nickname.
And
Nice, like a nickname like that.
Mark Callis, well, he's the shortest of us, so we kind of make fun of him once in a while. But
Yeah, Geordie's the shortest of us, and he gets that role as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes, if it's a short joke to be made, it's made on Jordan. So that's shameful.
Yeah.
But, so how long you been a band?
we started probably about 4 or 5 months ago playing
So you're
together.
really new.
But I've been playing the same songs for the last 10 years. So
Okay, so this is just new band members. to
Yes,
something that already
and Mark
pre-existed.
Steiger and I actually played in a different band together called Crimson Black with Steve Smith,
Okay.
and then that kind of fell apart. So
Crimson Black, was that like a metal band? Or?
we were hard rock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds a little
Yeah.
harder. Crimson Black.
Yeah.
I like that name. Sounds like our gaming friend.
Yeah. So that's where the ish comes from, obviously.
Exactly. Well, and I grew up in small town Saskatchewan, so I have quite a country background. But
Wow.
I love rock and roll music too, so
Do you miss Saskatchewan?
not at all.
That's a good answer. If you said yes, I'd have been a little bit fucking confused.
Especially where I'm from. I'm from Swift Current, so it's all farmers and old people.
Gotta love farming though. I was just saying the other day, I think I would have made a good farmer.
Yeah.
Just do your thing, just farm in the fields. Driving turbines, whatever it is you got to do that day. No boss. I think it would be a good
Milking
life.
cows, you know.
Yeah, whipping cows, whatever they do, pulling the teat. I've always wanted to give that a go.
Really?
Yeah, if anyone's got a cow and they're watching the show, I'll come round and milk it.
There you go.
But don't trick me and make me milk your bull, because that's foul play.
Yeah.
You'd just be taking the wrong milk home. Just, oh, it's good, sour. It's sour. But so you don't miss Saskatchewan?
No.
No, it's
Not at
boring
all.
out there, isn't it? There's nothing to do.
It's very boring, and there is absolutely no music scene where I'm from.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So
You play at the one bar in the middle of.
yeah, they have it's called the Lyric
Well, I
Theater.
can imagine you get big there
It's-
quick.
Yeah.
Everyone in town
we
knows who you are.
were pretty much the only rock band.
Exactly. Everyone's wearing your t-shirt, right?
Yeah.
The only band in town. Everyone's gonna go.
Lots of spare time for songwriting too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your? How did you become manager to these guys? How are you?
Well, everybody knows about the Fort Mac fire.
Yeah.
I was sitting around seeing that. I'm from Newfoundland, so I knew about 95% of Fort Mac.
Okay.
So I wanted to help, do something to help. I put together a show with 4 bands for a
Okay.
fundraiser, a bunch of prizes and stuff.
Good for you.
And these guys opened up, and it went really well. I got a lot of good feedback.
Yeah.
They pretty much stole the show. No offense to any of the other bands if they're watching this. But yeah, they pretty much stole the show. So we started a relationship, talking and whatnot, and they needed a manager. So
Good
they
deal.
offered me the position. And
That's
yeah,
a good way
we're
to
gonna
get
give her a
going
go.
anyway, because I know you was affected by Fort Mac. That affected
Yeah.
a lot of people that you know.
Still
Still
dealing
is.
with all that stuff. So
Well, I'm sure everyone that was involved, it's still affecting them now because.
Well, they're just rebuilding their lives up there now, right?
Well, yeah, and
exactly.
I don't know about anyone else, but you were having some problems with Red Cross, so
Yeah. So my dad had actually left the country prior to the fire. So when he went to come back, because he went on holidays, when he went to come back, there was nothing to come back to, and because he had left prior to evacuation, he wasn't eligible for Red
no,
Cross.
man.
That's
which
brutal.
in my opinion is absolutely brutal because
That's
what
bullshit.
you have to be in the fire to
Yeah.
pay for my house that's gone and my business that's gone or whatever it is that you've lost. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
horrible. I thought they were in the business to help people, not
Yeah.
to turn people away. So That seems absolutely crazy to
Yeah,
me.
there's a lot of kind of horror stories that come from the whole thing. Like, you know, there were some people arrested, I know, in Calgary for pretending that they were from Fort McMurray
exactly.
and trying to gain, you know, access and all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff.
So
It's
shame
just,
on those fucking assholes.
Yeah.
So, fucking dicks. Karma will bite them in the ass one day. You'll see. So what have you got coming up in the future? What you got planned?
We have a show coming up on the 22nd at Vern's.
At Vern's?
Yes.
Where's Vern's?
It's downtown on 6th, I believe.
Okay, I'm not a big
It's
I'm
a
not a
little-
big bar guy. so
It's
I
a
was
little
like,
hole in the wall. You go down in the basement, and
Oh.
they got symbols on the wall.
There's a
It's a
hole in the
cool
wall.
little venue.
I've been to creepy little bars like that before.
yeah.
One time I went on a little. Do you remember that day? Me and Jordy went on a little bar crawl. I couldn't get into Roadhouse when Roadhouse was a thing. I know it's not a thing now, right? Because I was running on my passport, and they don't accept
yeah.
passport, so they wouldn't let me in.
They don't accept
No,
passports?
and we were there for a while. Yeah,
That's
it's like the
unreal.
best form of like identification in my opinion.
So they were wanting, what, a Canadian driver license for the guy with an English accent
Yeah.
and a British passport?
So-
Logical.
Yeah, right. So then we ended up going to like multiple bars, and we ended up hitting up a weird bar. We went in. You had to go like, yeah, I'd never find it again. Never find it again. I swear to God, it was like Harry Potter. It just kind of opened up, and then it closed. And we walked in, and there was some weird dubstep going, and it was all dressed up like a gothic mansion, and people were like dancing like zombies around everyone. It was fucking.
You
weird.
sure it wasn't downstairs from the Night Owl?
No, no, that was fun though. Gotta be honest. Was down there for 2 seconds. And
Are you
got a
sure
beer
it was
bought for me.
good dubstep?
I don't know what good dubstep sounds like.
Is there such a thing?
But when I was in there, the whole scenario was just fucking weird. I'm going to be honest with you. And then I got kicked out for not paying for entrance, and I just walked in.
Yeah, that was even weird.
Because I asked where the smoke pit was.
Yeah.
Where's the smoke pit? Did you pay? What? They kicked me out. Yeah.
Why would you pay for the smoke pit? I guess that's
No,
where they nail everybody.
no.
Oh,
When she's like, yeah, you just have to have a stamp.
I
She's like, you
gotcha.
should have got one when you paid. I'm like, hey? And that was the end of me in the dubstep show.
yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of bars downtown that are just knocked away in cracks where things happen.
Vern's gets a lot of bands there. There's
Oh, yeah.
usually shows.
I think I've
Yeah.
heard of Vern's.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
a rite of passage in Calgary, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
hit up Vern's.
You
Yeah.
got to start at Vern's and
Yeah,
Hell no.
small little stage, ton of symbols on the wall.
Yeah.
You know, little rundown, but
So
you
it's
know,
just for.
it's a live music joint.
So at least you get your name out there
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the beginning show.
Yeah.
So that's on the 26th,
22nd,
22nd. I'm stoned, man.
which
I'm
is
sorry.
a weekday. It's all good.
I'm getting all the facts wrong here. So on 22nd of Vern's. Sweet. So gotta ask you guys, do you believe in aliens? A lot of stuff going on with aliens lately.
Yes.
I ask
Hey,
everyone, do you believe in
I
aliens?
think it would be naive not to.
right?
Yeah.
I also
Absolutely.
thoroughly do, and I believe that there's some government official maybe that know of aliens that are here on Earth, and we're that naive that we just kind of.
I think they've been here for a while.
Thank you so
You
much.
know,
This
there
is
you go.
see, there is people out there that are on the same train,
Yeah.
and I think if we all get together, there can be a truth brought to us. For sure. I'm glad to hear you guys believe in aliens,
well, there's no way that we are the only
No.
living creature or the smartest.
and
There's
that we
no way.
excelled this much in such a short period of
Yeah.
time. If we've been as old as we're saying that we are as a race, we suddenly went from bows and arrows to high rises and airplanes in a short period of time. If you look at the history of mankind, we kind of boosted.
I still don't think we're the smartest ones in the universe.
we
That's
could-
a
it's
scary
impossible.
thought.
Yeah. Well, the scariest thought is that they may be here and we don't know why, and
Yeah.
we're not being told for certain reasons. So fuck those assholes. But it's nice to hear that there's people on the same page. So what else you guys been up to?
I've been in talks with Rockford Dimes. I don't know if
Okay.
you guys have heard. Well, you've obviously heard of March of Dimes.
Yeah.
The big charity. They got a big event coming up in February, and we're in talks of maybe getting a spot on stage at the Flame Central with them.
Oh, it's a great venue.
nice.
So that would be
One of
an
my
epic
favorite
show.
venues, Flame Central.
That'd be a lot of
It's-
fun.
Yeah, I always get smashed when I go to Flame Central though. There's something
Yeah.
about Flame Central where they just make me buy.
Flame Central's a nice music venue too because they've got the two tiers.
Yes.
I think
The way
they're
they've
both
set it up
tiers of-
now, yeah, it's
Right.
it's a
Well,
good venue.
The
Yeah.
balcony there is actually a great spot to be
Yeah.
watching the show. If you get
Yeah.
on the end of the balcony, you're overlooking.
And the bar's right behind you.
Yeah,
so
and you're overlooking the stage. Like, it's great.
yeah, it's a great venue. So if you can get in there, that'll be a wicked show.
Would be excellent.
And it fills up quick.
Oh,
Usually there's a line down that road
Yeah.
where Flame Central is. The line just go all the
Yeah.
way down. Me and Geordie have stood in that line for hours.
Right.
Worth it.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Worth it. So, other than that, what's on the...
Doing some
What's
recording.
your, like... What do you want in the next year as a band? 'Cause
I
you
want to
guys
be a
are-
full-time musician because I really don't like working anymore.
Yeah, I fucking hate it.
So
We-
that's the goal.
I'd like to do a full-time podcast because
Oh,
if I could stop digging holes for a living, that would be fucking quality. I swear to God, that's not even my job title, but it should be on my resume.
But digging holes.
Expert dig hole person. Excavationist.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Excavation technician.
Yeah, there you, that sounds good.
I
I
know.
could mean with a fucking shovel. I just put that on my resume.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of the work, so you just want to be full-time music.
yeah, it's been a goal for a long time, but I think it's getting closer. I've got this gut feeling now
Yeah.
that things are going to happen.
And how are you
so.
guys moving into social media? Social media?
We have Facebook, we have Twitter, we
Ooh,
have
he's killing it.
Instagram, we have our own website.
He's got a fucking Instagram account.
Yeah.
One of the first I've seen.
DarrinLanemusic.com is our official website.
Nice. So
So
you've always got to have a website, apparently.
Yeah.
That's what people are telling me.
Yep.
Got to have a website these days.
yes.
Yeah. It's well, it's all important. I mean, it's putting forward.
Should I just have a website and just put porn on it?
Well, you can,
That would bring people into
You
the
would
podcast.
probably make more money than you do off the podcast if you had a porn website. But just saying.
call it Porn Chub
Yeah. There you go.
instead of Pornhub.
There you go.
I've already made the name.
It's probably gone.
What, the name?
Yeah.
You think Porn Chub's already a thing?
My
I'm
guess.
gonna search it right. Porn Chub. Search it. Get on. Come on, Jordan. As if you haven't searched porn on your phone. Did you see that face? He made like, oh, I couldn't search porn on my phone. Yeah, because that's not your main porn device. Unless he uses a laptop for better, bigger screen. You see, that's what it is. The bigger screen hooks it up to the TV.
He streams from the phone to the big screen.
Yeah, surround sound, wireless earphones.
Yeah.
That's dangerous. That's a dangerous game, Jordy. Wireless earphones, watching porn, because someone can walk up behind you and you wouldn't even know. Your mum's bringing you milk and cookies, and you're sitting there with. God, you'll scar her for life.
Yeah.
I can't imagine walking on your own son doing that. The shame you would feel. That's hilarious. So you've only played the one show in Calgary so
We played at Roadside Pub twice.
Roadside Pub. See, I haven't heard of that place. Have you been there?
That's one down south.
It's north. It's on 68th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's way up north.
Yeah.
Did things get rowdy?
A little bit. It was
Yeah.
a good time. Yeah.
Because we remember the time we went to the bar in Ogden, and we met a pimp named Chainsaw. Do you remember that? Seriously. Okay, we went to a birthday party in Ogden, and there was this guy, and he was with these two women, and I guess someone in the group had been looking at one of these ladies, and he came over to the group, and he was like, "Oh, I seen you guys looking at one of the girls." He's like, "Well, I can give it to you for $100, something like that." Turns out this guy was a pimp, and his name was Chainsaw, and he ran this bar, and we were outside, and I was talking to his friend, and I happened to say, "Oh, you know Chainsaw?" And he snapped and was like, "How dare you drop Chainsaw's name? How dare you?" And he got straight on his phone, and he called Chainsaw, and he was like, "Some guy's dropping your name, bro. You better get your ass back here now." And right, and Chainsaw like kicked the back door open. I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sakes!" Like I'm like, Jesus Christ, right? He runs over and he just one punched his friend, like just knocked him the fuck out, right? And he's like, "Don't you ever fucking say my name," or some shit like that. And then he offered me a beer, right?
Nice. It's not a birthday party
There was
without
a-
Chainsaw.
It was nuts.
I'm half expecting him to kick down the door and punch somebody into the podcast.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Right?
scared
I
to
just
leave
said
now.
his name like a bunch of times. So if you're watching Chainsaw, no disrespect, brother. But I know you're the real motherfucking shit. But Geordie was wasted that night, and I had to stop him from tipping the bartender $110 twice.
Too many zeros.
Too many
Wow.
zeros on the debit machine.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a good night, but absolute crazy twist at the end there. So I kind of stay away from
blast.
pubs in Ogden. Now, if
Yeah.
you ever do a show in Ogden, stay away from that.
I'll
Yeah.
take note of that.
Or just respect Chainsaw. But really pricey hoes. They were like $100 for like an hour, and not the best looking thing I've ever seen in the world. You're missing a few teeth, and you know, it just wasn't the primo catch. So
Yeah.
it would have taken me an hour just to take the taxi home. I'm not paying $100.
Yeah, maybe the the chainsaw pre-show is part of that package price, right?
maybe it was a good package. I got the pre-show for free.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it was a great night. Many a crazy night. So, well, it was anything else on the plans? I can't.
We're in the midst of recording right
Oh,
now.
fuck me. You guys are doing it all. So you've been out for 3 months and you're working on recording. You picked up a manager. You're on Facebook, Twitter. So just killing it.
Yeah.
Yep.
This guy doesn't
Go
procrastinate.
hard or go home, right?
Yeah. Well, I
So-
guess if you're actually trying to get out of work, you have to commit 100%.
So you're looking to do a full EP, or is it
Yeah.
LP? Or
Yeah, we've got 8 songs recorded now, and we're just working on tweaking them. Getting
Okay.
some new vocal
So it'll be
tracks
just
down and
an
stuff.
eight songs, do you think?
We might do more.
Okay.
We have more. Like I've got
That's a decent size still.
30 songs that I've written. I just haven't recorded them.
So you're just trying to get them out there?
Yeah.
So you said you're rockish and countryish.
Yep.
Who would you say, who would you compare yourself to? Like, similar sounding.
It's tough, but we're inspired by.
Are you the singer? Sorry?
Yes.
Okay.
Singer songwriter.
So is it country singing-ish? Or more
yeah,
rock
it's like
singing-ish?
Skinnerd,
Okay.
Southern rock type stuff.
Skinner meets Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
Is how I describe it.
Yeah.
See, I've heard of Garth Brooks, but I don't think I've heard much
Leonard
of his.
Skinnerd.
I know Leonard Skinner,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
I like a lot of their songs, but I haven't. I don't think I've heard a lot of Garth Brooks. It sounds country.
It is country.
His name
Garth
is
Brooks
Garth
is
Brooks. Like,
country.
how
Yeah,
did you manage
definitely.
to name your kid the most country name ever? Like, you couldn't have named him any other, like, Garth Brooks. That's unbelievable that happened. He
Yeah.
was born in a barn. Garth
Crazy.
Brooks.
Crazy.
So, yeah, sorry, I cut you off there. So, what is your Leonard Skinner and fucking Garth Brooks is the sound that you gave him? Is that your idols,
Yeah.
or what is that what you push for?
I grew up
Like, if you were to
listening
get off stage and someone would say, "Yo, you sounded like this," what would be the best compliment that you could get coming off of stage?
That's tough.
That's a tough one because I don't like to be pigeonholed.
Yeah.
So I don't like to be told that I sound like somebody else. I like to make my
So
own
the best
sound.
thing that someone could ever say to you when you got off stage is, "Man, you sounded that was super original."
Yeah.
I've never heard
Exactly.
anyone that sounded like
Exactly.
you before, and I liked it.
And that's kind of what we're going for. Like we don't necessarily want to be country. We don't necessarily want to be rock, but we want to cover a decent demographic so that everybody can enjoy our music, not just one crowd or one clique. That
Yeah.
we want everybody to enjoy it.
Well, and
Yeah, so you're looking for a broader range. Like, I
Exactly.
mean, there's a lot of guys that have sort of gone in
And
the country, like Dallas Smith,
Yeah.
for example, like,
Yeah.
who used
Aaron
to be
Lewis.
default, right? So,
Yeah,
I mean, he
yeah.
started from a rock background, went to a more country sound, and, obviously he's
Yeah.
got a
Well, at
great
the end of the day,
deal
you
success with
always
that.
have to do that being in any band, because if you
Yeah.
look at any band that's ever made it famous, they had to appeal to a vast majority of people.
Yeah.
Like you got the generic bands like Nickelback, ACD. I'm not going to put them in the same branch because I'm going to get absolutely nailed on the fucking comments. But there's bands like that they got so generic because people liked it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's kind of what you got to do to make money sometimes.
Exactly.
It's the same in any art industry. You got to draw. If you're an artist like us, you got to
Yeah.
draw a whole bunch of crap you don't enjoy, and some stuff you really enjoy in between. Even though you enjoy the whole aspect, like I will draw anything and still enjoy it, it's not what I would particularly draw in the future. And it's the same with singing. Sometimes you got to hit branches that maybe you don't listen to all the time, or maybe is going a bit away from what you thought you were going to be. But if it's getting you,
yeah.
if it's paying the bills,
Well, and the thing is, nowadays there's such a fine line between genres. Like you listen to the newer
Well, people
country, you
making up
listen to the
genres
newer
and
country,
shit.
and it sounds like rock, or vice versa. You know what I mean?
well, and people
So-
are just making genres up and saying they're this and
Yeah, a lot
like,
of times it's if you don't fit in something, they'll just make a subgenre.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and slot you in there, and
Yeah.
it's-
there's literally no rules anymore.
yeah.
It's just free fucking game.
Yeah,
Make it or break it.
that's right.
That's literally what it is. It's
Yeah.
a hard game. Everyone's it's the same thing with making these podcasts.
Yeah.
You've got to constantly be at it, constantly making videos, constantly making new material, and it is a lot of work.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of money. I'm sure you guys have known
No, recording's not
gonna-
cheap.
No, it's not.
You know.
It costs us some dollars, which means we got to
Are
play.
you
more
looking
shows.
into getting any merchandise for your band?
Yes.
Like, and that'll be
T-shirts,
eventually be
all
available
that,
on the
yeah.
website, or
Yeah, it'll all be available eventually on the website. It's still a work in progress.
yeah. And the T-shirts are good for the shows too, right?
Oh,
Because you can have
absolutely.
your merchandise table, and
Yep.
people go and look at your CD and your vinyl.
Yeah.
See, you collect vinyl. Vinyl's always a good idea.
Oh, vinyl's huge now.
Yeah, people
Huge.
collect. He collects vinyl. You're
Yeah.
always at the vinyl
Yeah, I
shop.
collect vinyl as well. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't
It's the only way to listen to it, really.
really,
Yeah.
really guys. It's a lot of work with the and the flipping.
Yeah, but like I said before, at least with vinyl, that you're there's a lot of planning that goes in albums. First song to last. There's an order that people put it in
absolutely.
because they want you to listen in that particular order, and that's kind of the experience that I prefer versus single, not even listen to the rest of the stuff,
Yeah.
right? So, A side, B side.
I'm just
it's
gonna
all,
check my text to
I
make sure I'm
find
not
that,
having a baby.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing today. I find out.
Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah,
man.
thank you for knowing. You must have watched or he told
Yeah,
you. I don't know what.
yeah. I was.
But yeah, I'll just check that because who knows?
you never know.
I don't know if she would text me for
Yeah.
that, but
But we're pretty much out of time, so we'll get you to run through all your social media accounts so everybody knows where to find you. We always throw those in the link below so they can find Darrin Lane at
Darrin Lane on Instagram, at Darrin Lane on Facebook, and www.darrinlanemusic.com. And on
also easy.
Twitter, Darrin Lane 13.
So you can't fuck that up.
Yeah.
And they will all be below, along with the links for my Twitter, my Instagram, my Facebook, his shiznitch. And don't forget to smash that like button. Please support the page. If you watch the videos, take the 2 seconds to go down below, smash that thumbs up button, and subscribe if you're liking the videos, and you'll get that feed. So I'm Lloyd.
I'm JD.
Darrin Lane.
Matt Pike.
Peace.
See ya.